Another hot day on the road for the Amgen Tour of California. This stage number 5 setting off from Pismo Beach bound for Santa Barbara. 173 kilometers. The temperatures set to top out at around about 37 degrees. And there were 6 riders setting the pace in the 16th kilometer.
Yes, it didn't take them very long to get off the front of the main field, but on this occasion the main field were not giving them very much of a leeway. 2 minutes and 45 seconds was their maximum advantage, and none of them very dangerous at all to the overall lead of Bradley Wiggins.
It was an undulating day because once away from Pismo Beach, the riders turning inland into the heat of the sun. The big target was the climb at the end of the day. The sprinter Mark Cavendish said at the start wasn't feeling that well and not really up for the action today, because the hill in the distance here, the San Marco Pass, would decide. It certainly decided the breakaway because they were brought back on the climb.
The name on everybody's lips at the start of the day had been Peter Sagan, the man who's won 10 stages of the Amgen Tour of California over the years of his participation here, and his team Cannondale did not let him down. They put the hammer down as soon as they started to reach the early slopes of the San Marco Pass and eliminated nearly all of the big sprinters and pulled that 6-man breakaway back into the fold.
This climb taking them up to 2,200 feet and topping out about 20 kilometers from the finish. Then came an attack as they continued to try and move away. Harry Miller of James Hayden's tried to slip away, but they were up for this one. They kept their rhythm and they brought him back. And then as they approached the top of the climb, the leader in the King of the Mountains, Will Routley, suddenly saw his chance and he sprinted to the top of the hill. Maximum points for him. He's making this competition more or less unassailable.
Yes, but when they came to the descent, a very fast, rip-roaring descent into the outskirts of Santa Barbara, probably one of the heaviest riders in the race used his advantage and his aerodynamic position to get himself a lead off the front end of the main field. Taylor Phinney, with 30 kilometers or 18 miles to go to the finish, decided to take off and built a lead of 30 seconds. Lucas User from California as well tried to get across the gap.
Yes, Huser was leaving it late because Phinney was already heading down towards the finishing line using his time trial ability. This man, approaching 24 years of age next month, was getting only his second road race win since he turned professional back in 2011. He had a lead at one stage of 40 seconds, but as he came into the finish, the pack were racing in just 15 seconds back of him. He took a bow, he won the stage, his 3rd victory of the year. The field would have to fight out for 2nd place.
Yes, he caught them all unawares. They underestimated the power of this man from Boulder, Colorado, who got himself a magnificent stage victory. Not many men in the world of professional cycling can pull that one off. And leading them home was Peter Sagan, just ahead of the Australian Matthew Goss.
He used his skills of being the best descender in the peloton and also the best time trialist to win the stage here in Santa Barbara. The peloton sprinting in the background, crossing the line just 12 seconds behind him. Peter Sagan taking out 2nd place and Matthew Goss 3rd. But all of the leaders of this race were in that pack, so there would be no change overall.
And there you can see big smiles on the face of Taylor Phinney as he gets to the finish line ahead of, on his left-hand side, Peter Sagan, on his right-hand side, Matthew Goss.
So Santa Barbara has welcomed the race once again, and for the 4th day, the yellow jersey firmly on the shoulders. That's by 28 seconds of Bradley Wiggins. Tomorrow, though, could be a very different story. We go to Mountain High. It's a mountain top finish, but for the moment, Peter Sagan in the green Visit California points jersey there, wearing that for the first time. He's won that competition for the past 4 years. Taylor Phinney also celebrating there with the most courageous rider as well. There's the overall standings then. Bradley Wiggins, Rowan Dennis, Machado, Craddock and Yates, all with the same time gaps they had at the start of the day. They should differ tomorrow. Peter Stettner in 6th place, Boucher in 7th, Carter Jones 8th. The top 10 completed by Hanier Acevedo, but he's looking for 2 minutes and 30